You know, we love a countdown this day and age, right? You know, we love to drive towards something. We love to get excited about something because the information is just constant and omnipresent everywhere all the time. So the countdown has been ongoing. In the last few days, we've been watching the 1975 countdown to an important piece of information to share with fans. And right now on Beats One, we're going to be able to do that. But first, I want to find out what's going on with Matty from the band. How are you, mate?
I'm fine, mate. How are you?
I'm doing good. So the road, you know, ever since the enthusiasm and excitement and the euphoria of releasing a record like your second album, you know, we celebrated on the roof and it just felt really huge. And then, you know, you get into that road mode, you know, which is great every single night. But, I mean, what kind of toll is it taking on the band right now? Because you're not shy of work.
You know, it's almost been quite nice to get back out on the road because we're quite safe on the road. We have the tour bus and we have the dressing room. I think that was two places that we learn how to write, you know. The second record was kind of made in all of those rooms, whether it be in Plymouth or Alabama. And I think just going back to that, you know, touring this record, being so proud of it, being proud of the live show, it's just meant that we can, you know, expand on what we've made and also, you know, still be making music and stuff. It's fun. Now we have news. I mean, it had to happen on this second record, you know, that this all-important step up a level. So what has this countdown been alluding to, and what can you share with fans right now on Beats One? It's the biggest show that we've ever done, basically, and it's going to be a show that will continue around the world. So it's the 16th of December. We're going to be doing the O2 in London, the O2 Arena. This is going to be the first time that we've done a show of this size, and you know what I'm like. I don't take those kind of opportunities lightly, so I'm very aware of everything that comes with it. I'm aware of how it makes people feel because it needs to be a celebration of how far we've come, because I know that it's a huge room and it's representative of being like a big band. It's a big grown-up move, man, based on an album, you know. It's when you release an album like you have, like your second record, you know, it's the move that I think some people expect, but it doesn't make it any less nerve-wracking. Exactly, and the one thing that I also remember is that happening to my favorite bands, that me being a fan of bands and watching that moment and how it made me feel, and it can be quite weird for some fans. I'm under no illusions that some kids will be like, oh my God, you know, they're my band and now they're playing the O2. What does that mean for my relationship with them? But the thing is, you know, like we spoke about in, you know, on the radio or just on the phone before about all those Brixtons that we did, all of these shows that we've been doing this year, we want to fill the O2 with our proper fans, you know, because we're a proper fan-orientated band. And if we can fill that room and make it feel like we've made Brixton Academy feel, this venue feel, that venue feel, if we can keep the same essence that we have, which is the one thing that we're focusing on, then it should be amazing. And it should be like the ultimate fan experience. The song is called She's American, no doubt lined up for the set list on the biggest show yet for the 1975, performing at London's O2, 16th of December, effectively, you know, a home country show at least. I know that obviously you guys are from up north, but to be able to play the iconic O2 is a big deal. No doubt you've got the MEN in mind as well at some point. Tickets go pre-sale this coming Wednesday, general sale on Friday. So that news is out the bag. So I suppose we start to think about the way that you're going to incorporate your production into something like this. You talked about intimacy being a big part of it for fans, but you know, arenas, they can swallow artists up unless you're ready. I mean, are you guys well and truly underway, even though it's months away, this show? Yeah, very much so. I mean, technologically we are. It's just about making people feel personally addressed. It's not just about being able to perform to the back seats. Do you know what I mean? It's about making people feel like they're part of a community and making it feel like it's being celebrated right there and right then. It's not necessarily about crowd work or that kind of thing. It's about how much it means to you and how much it means to them. And if we give back, you know, emotionally and sonically and visually, if we give back what we get, then it's set up to be quite an experience. It is, man. December the 16th, London's O2, the 1975, are arena ready. And then 2017 looks very different all of a sudden off the back of that move. Are you guys creating? Are you in a creative space? Can you carve some of that out while you're on tour? I mean, are you even just kind of working around little remixes, ideas, beats, just little ideas, nothing even that's necessarily ready to be heard? Yeah, definitely. I mean, we always are. I think we're so lucky that it being our hobby preceding it being our career, that's the way the dynamic will always be. So we do it for fun and we do it for love, etc., etc. And we just moved into new places. George has broken his arm, so he's just gone studio crazy. He's just been there with a sling, buying every single synthesizer you can imagine. So it's quite a creative period because it's fun, man. Like once we've done a record, we've done it, and it's just playing with it now, you know, like playing with it, extending it, like the hard work's done, and we get to be, you know, whether it be backstage or on the tour bus, making beats, you know, producing other people's records, stuff like that. It's really fun.
December 16th, the Arena era begins on album number 2, the 1975 Graduate, and you can get tickets from Wednesday pre-sale, general sale Friday. More next. So the details are in. Now you know they're ready to move up to arenas. Now, of course, we're following the social timeline right now. And as predicted by Matty and, in fact, the entire band, it's going to split opinion, you know. When you've had your band for this long, over 2 albums, playing places where you can see the whites of their eyes, it's hard to imagine what it's like to go see them in arenas. But remember, every great artist, pretty much, with only a few exceptions, will get to that stage at some point. If they sell enough records and get popular enough, you got to trust your band are going to make it special for you. You know, they're not going to shirk on production. They're not going to make it sound bad. They're not going to make it look bad. They're going to invest in it like they've invested in it every single step of the way for them and for you, and nothing's going to change. It's just a bigger celebration. I have a feeling it's just the start too. So for all those people that are tapped in all around the world that want arenas in their local town and their local city, it starts at the O2 in London on December 16th. Well, I just think it's the beginning. We've covered a lot of ground already, Matty. You know, I know that George obviously broke his arm, and that's been rough for you, you know. You must miss George, though, man, at the moment. I mean, I know you guys are super tight, the whole band, but I mean, he's a big part of your creative inspiration, no doubt.
I'd never been on stage without him, and it was amazing. I mean, I've got to shout out Freddie Sheed, who plays drums for the Japanese House, who were on tour with us. George broke his arm at 1 a.m.
What was he doing?
He was just walking around in his flip-flops. He won't take these flip-flops off, and we've warned him. And he slipped off the bus and cracked his shoulder on the door and broke his collarbone. It was this whole thing. But that happened at 1 a.m. And then the next night, we played the entire show. Freddie learned the whole show start to finish in one day. And we didn't cancel one show. It was quite remarkable, really. But yeah, it was intense for me. I've never been on stage without George. It didn't feel right. It felt like losing my arm. He lives next door to me now, though, so I'm back in London and he's next door, so he's annoying me already. It's fine. You
know, you sound like you've got a lot on your mind right now. I'm sure you do. You know, arena's coming up in December. No doubt video treatment's happening at the moment. What's the next video going to be?
Somebody else. So that's what I'm doing right now. Well, I'm having a meeting about it. I've just stepped outside, so just trying to get it ready.
That's the jam.
That's the jam.
How's that going over live?
Very good. It's quite difficult. It's a tricky one live. It's the ones that are the simplest on record are always the most difficult to get right, and yeah. I'm quite the perfectionist. But the reaction is amazing. Good to talk with you, Matty. Thanks for allowing us to share in your announcement and your celebration. December 16th, London's O2 Arena. Tickets pre-sale June 8th. They will go fast. Then on Friday, general on sale. They will go fast. I'm sure there'll be other arena experiences for you if you're a 1975 fan, but you don't want to miss the first. Have a good one, Matty. Thanks for your time, man. Thanks, Zane. Take care. Peace. Pre-order tickets on Wednesday. General admission on Friday. The 1975. December 16th, heading to the O2 Arena in London for the beginning of the arena era. I would say 2017 will be spent in big rooms. That's what happens when you have two successful albums and you tour and work as hard as they did. Thanks to Matty from the band for giving us the exclusive on that, giving us the goods. Now you know where to find your tickets and how to get them. Go hunting. Be there. Kick it off with your bands.